Like I was saying, one of the effects of being able to give expression through active imagination to these multiple and various aspects that are self-arising within me, um, I can clear away a great deal of my own personal contents and personal concerns, so that when I leave my home, I'm much more open to what's going on around me, the relationships I have. But I realize that when I go out into the world, it's full of people who are working out their personal contents unconsciously, and they find it different, sometimes in a good way, sometimes not, when they meet up with someone like me that is not possessed by these personal contents. I had a friend that was really into Napoleon Hill, and the way he interpreted Napoleon Hill was to give free rein to all his personal contents throughout the day so that they led and guided him. And I think some people do this better than others. I suppose it depends on what personal contents they got going on inside. Their past experience, what kind of traumas they've had, or the lack of thereof, the lack of trauma. You know, some people have had a pretty easy life, pretty good upbringing, and so they don't have traumatic experiences that create conflicts within them, conflicts with the social structures, authority, and whatnot. Whereas others have had a pretty difficult upbringing, and they can spend the rest of their life trying to reform society, change society, and this just adds to more of the personal contents contaminating the daily goings on. So in being able to give expression through my active imagination, I'm not possessed and by these inner goings on. They don't take me over. And actually, I've learned to develop a relationship with them, in that some of them are persistent, others just are fleeting. And those that are persistent, I realize, okay, this still needs to develop, this still needs to grow. There's more to be integrated, there's more to be assimilated and synthesized into my life, my daily going on. But I'm able to step back and observe it and say, okay, I'm working on this today. This is something that's influencing me today. The relationships I have may be contaminated by it. And it's become important for me to be around friends, be around people who allow me to do this. And for me, what I've come to understand is that by meeting random people at coffee shops and engaging in conversation and just letting spontaneously relationships develop in this way, I'm able to resolve a great deal of pent-up energy through the vehicle of expression of our relationship. And what this does as well is bring a great deal of importance to the relationship. But I have to be careful that I do not become possessed or try to possess, and then in reflection possess the relationship as a main mode of expression. These are fleeting, they are temporary. These concerns of mine, these aspects of my character, change from day to day, and what I'm doing, depending on what I'm doing. And with my pain, my physical disability, I've realized that it is required of me to not become too possessed by any particular aspect of my being, because I become rigid and tense, and then the pain comes with too much stress. And I've also learned that it's important to develop my physical conditioning so that I can sustain myself in a state of tension, so that I can work through whatever aspects are surfacing. This does mellow with age too. I think a lot of it has to do with the biology. When we're younger, we have a lot more energy, surfacing than when we're older. So that's a lot of what's going on today.